Chapter Indigo is a biographical account is one of the incidents from Gandhiji's life. Moreover, this is a part of very important historical event which happened in Champaran. Written by Louis Fisher. The chapter starts with Rajkumar Shukla, a poor peasant, meeting Gandhiji in Lucknow Convention in 1916. He had come to meet Gandhiji to take him to his place Champaran, which was in Bihar, because peasants were suffering there and somebody had suggested him to go to Gandhiji. Gandhiji was to go to different parts of country. He was to go to Kanpur and then other parts of India, and then at his ashram in Ahmedabad. Rajkumar Shukla asked him to fix a date. So Gandhiji told him to come at a particular date in Calcutta, and to his surprise, he was already there. Gandhiji was convinced that he was quite determined, so he started with him towards Bihar. And then, first at Bihar, he went to Rajendra Prasad's house. He was an old friend of Gandhiji and a lawyer who could provide him better insight into the events that had happened in Champaran. Rajkumar Shukla, being very poor and illiterate, could not provide the same facts. So, when he went there, Rajendra Prasad was not at home, but his servants treated him like untouchables. Because they knew Rajkumar Shukla, he would come there, and Gandhiji was also not allowed to take water from the well. And then Gandhiji went towards Muzaffarpur, which was on the route towards Champaran, because he wanted to get a complete information from the lawyers. There he was welcomed by J.B. Kriplani. He was a professor, and Gandhiji stayed at Malkani's house for 2 days. This is very important part, and this can be one of the question. It was an extraordinary event in those days for somebody to stay at a government servant's house, because government would not allow them to support any home rulers. Then there at Muzaffarpur, many peasants went to meet Gandhiji. He was also meeting lawyers and asked about the fee they were charging from the peasants. When peasants told them the kind of fee they were paying, and the lawyers were chided badly, they were very badly scolded from Gandhiji, and Gandhiji told them that real relief would be to free them from fear rather than taking cases for them. And then what was the problem that was there in Champaran? Because there were large estates which were owned by the Englishmen, and Indian peasants used to be the tenants. On 15% of land holding, they had to crop main cash crop indigo, and the whole crop was given fully as rent. This was going on from a long term contract. And meanwhile, what happened, that synthetic indigo was produced by Germany, and prices of this cash crop came down. But Englishmen, they tricked peasants. They asked them to pay compensation if they want to get released from old arrangement. So peasants were already in trouble, so they wanted to get relief from this. So some of them paid, and some of them engaged lawyers. Meanwhile, they came to know about the reality. But when they came to know that whosoever had already paid, they wanted refund now. At this point in time, Gandhiji arrived at Champaran. Gandhiji had a very systematic way of working. He went first to Secretary of British Landlord Association. He said he does not give any information to the outsiders. Then next he went to British Official Commissioner of Third Division. Instead of giving him any kind of information, Gandhiji was bullied. He was asked to leave. Gandhiji said, I would not leave. Instead, he went to Motihari, which was capital of Champaran. Then he used a house as headquarters and started working over there. Meanwhile, he was served with an official notice to quit Champaran. Gandhiji signed this notice, but he said that he would disobey the order. What was the consequence then? He received summons same day to appear in the court tomorrow morning. Whole night he remained awake and he telegraphed his lawyer friends and at his ashram. Even he intimated full report to Viceroy. What was the result in the morning? That Motihari, this small place, this was black with peasants, means peasants came there with large number. And then it was a spontaneous demonstration by the people which was not planned. British government was feeling very powerless and confused without help of Gandhiji. They had to ask Gandhiji to control the crowd. Judge tried to postpone the trial, but Gandhiji protested against this postponement. Then he read a statement pleading guilty. What he said that he was in conflict of duties. He did not want to be a lawbreaker on one side, and on other hand he wanted to render humanitarian service. And when he listened to his conscience, he had to break this rule and had to disobey this. But he asked for penalty due. Magistrate asked Gandhiji to furnish bail for next 120 minutes of recess, but Gandhiji refused. He was to be released without bail. Gandhiji was allowed to remain at liberty. Meanwhile, during this trial, Gandhiji asked lawyers, what will they do if he goes to jail? They said they will return. They had come only to help Gandhiji and support him. But Gandhiji questioned them, what about the sharecroppers? If I go to jail, you will go back. What about their injustice? Lawyers felt very ashamed and they were ready to follow him to jail. Gandhiji announced that Battle of Champaran is won. If they all are united, Battle of Champaran is won. Meanwhile, within few days, case was dropped against Gandhiji, and this was for the first time in the history of modern India that civil disobedience movement triumphed. It was victorious. Then far-flung inquiries started in Champaran. There was heap of proof against landlords. Gandhiji was called by Sir Edward Gate, who was the lieutenant governor, and there were 4 long meetings with him. What was the consequence of these meetings? There was an appointment of a commission. On one side, there were landlords and government official, but from the side of peasants, only Gandhiji was there. When they saw there was a heap of proof, they were asked to refund the money. But now the question was how much money was to be refunded. British landlords thought that Gandhiji will ask for 100%, but Gandhiji asked for only 50%. Planters, they offered only 25%. Gandhiji agreed. To their surprise, Gandhiji agreed to this 25% of refund. Because for him, what logic does he gives? He says, money is not important, but it was important that it broke the deadlock between them. Moreover, with money they surrendered a part of their prestige as well. Peasants understood about their rights and how to defend their rights with this incident, with their spontaneous demonstration, and they had learnt courage. This was for the first time that they had learnt courage and how to protect their rights. Within the course of time, Gandhiji's position was justified when indigo sharecropping was completely disappeared. Large estates were given back to the peasants. But now the thing is, Gandhiji never satisfied himself with large political or economic solutions. He wanted to remove daily problems and uplift them socially and culturally. He made an appeal to teachers, his disciples, that Champaran district was to be uplifted. It was very socially and culturally backward. So many volunteers, including Kasturbai, his wife, and Devdas, Gandhiji's son, they came to help Gandhiji. Primary schools were opened in 6 villages. Kasturbai taught ashram rules on personal cleanliness and community sanitation. A doctor was volunteered for 6 months. 3 medicines were made available, that was castor oil, quinine, and sulfur ointment. Castor oil was given to those who will show coated tongue. Castor oil plus quinine was given to the people who had malaria. Castor oil plus sulfur ointment was given to those who will show skin eruptions. So this way, primary health treatment was given to the people living in these villages or in this area. How did, now the question is, Gandhiji how did he keep a long watch from this place to his ashram? How did he manage to regulate it? He will instruct them by mails means telegrams, and tell them to show the accounts, etc. So Champaran episode became a very important turning point in Gandhiji's life. During this course of time, Gandhiji also taught a lesson in self-reliance to all those people who were supporting him, be it lawyers or the peasants. Because during this episode, Gandhiji's disciple C.F. Andrews, Charles Freer Andrews, he was one of Gandhiji's followers. He came to meet Gandhiji before leaving for his duty at Fiji. Lawyers suggested that Gandhiji should take his help, but Gandhiji said taking his help as an Englishman would show the weakness of their heart. It would be better that they should fight this struggle of unequal on their own. So this way he taught them a lesson of self-reliance. So this self-reliance, Indian independence and help to sharecroppers, all are bound together.